That doesn't make any sense, by the way, but I'm going to just go with it.
Well, then if you don't know what it means, then disregard it.
It was funny last night when the fireball came around that corner. Oh my god, a fireball! Look out!
I love that. Suddenly the voice, the gnome voice is like totally, oh my god! Fireball!
I thought it was great. I might have to use that more often on you guys, just to get the response from the gnome.
Yeah, that was the best part of the night when that happened. That was so funny.
I was in the zone. That's the whole thing. I was in the zone, checking my guy's stats.
Yeah,
right.
you always seem to be in the front lines at the wrong time.
Yeah, just so you know, if you're wearing headphones, that was a terrible moment.
Alright, you guys want to go ahead and introduce your characters, and somebody want to give a recap for what happened last week with last week's adventure? I thought last week's adventure was pretty fun.
Yeah, we found some great items, but we'll let Zodia talk about that.
You guys had done the Screams of Dawn last week, so you guys are doing this week. You guys will figure it out in a little bit. But I know you guys are just thinking that I was going to give the title of the adventure away, but no chance, suckers. All right, you guys go ahead and what's that?
I was gonna say, didn't you tweet out the title of the adventure?
You did.
Pretty much everybody
you
follows
guys,
you.
If you
Twitter,
guys,
so.
if you guys read it, if not, most of the people, I think, when they follow Twitter, I don't know if people actually watch that stuff. I know some people probably do, but the majority probably don't.
There's always a crowd for it, so
I like it. I'm getting more and more engaged in that stuff. I do like it.
I can see it. It pops up on my phone.
All right, you guys go ahead and introduce your characters and do the recap.
All right. I am Shalazar the Monk, and my archetype is Way of Shadow.
I am Garfunkel. I am a life cleric.
Garfunkel. Where's Simon?
Haha.
He's my mace.
Alright. I am 3Dex. I'm playing Rain, the Tiefling Thief Rogue.
I am Whistler, and I'm playing Zodia, the Paladin following the Oath of Vengeance.
And I am Wormfood. I play the incredibly talented Zibbit Tinklebottom, the gnome from Nome, Alaska.
A legend in the making.
But that is
Exactly.
actually a real spot, though. Nome, Alaska is actually a real spot. It's a real place, I think.
Absolutely. That's where all the gnomes live. No, yeah, I know it's a real place. He's not really from Nome, Alaska. He's from some gnomish town. It's in my background.
Thanks, Big Jack Heart Attack. Thanks for the follow, man.
So go ahead and give a recap, Mr. Whistler.
Whistler got it this week.
Oh, are you ready for the recap, Dave?
I'm ready for you, sir.
Alright, so last week we started out in the bar. The bar is called Madame Friona's Tea Kettle. And we were just hanging out, and we were introduced to Will Pally's character named Garfunkel. And we had a little dance-off, had a good time, ended up getting kicked out by Madame Friona for breaking a table, which we still need to pay for.
No,
And
that's
as...
right.
I paid for it, man. I deducted it
Did
from
we?
my character sheet and everything.
Okay, well
15 silver.
that debt is settled.
But at the end of the
And-
game, you gave her 2 gold. Remember you gave her an extra 2 gold?
I did. I flipped that to her, didn't I?
That's right, you did.
I was drunk with power at the time.
Sorry.
Well,
Sorry
now
about
that we're best friends again with Madame Friona, after we got kicked out, though, we heard some screaming, and we found a woman out there named Millicent Moss, and she is part of a farming family that farms the peat bogs about an hour north of Phlan, the city we're in. And she was complaining and screaming, and we got it out of her that her family was captured by, I believe it was kobolds or goblins, I can't remember.
Goblins.
Goblins.
Goblins, yeah. and they took her family, her sons, and some of her workers. So we decided we would investigate while we were killing time, because what we're really doing is waiting for the evening to investigate the welcomers who waylaid us in our first adventure. So we went up to Millicent Moss's farm and we tracked the goblins to a cave and struggled through there. A lot of close encounters, but we ended up saving the family after a few potential almost deaths of the people we were trying to save. And we got a little backstory on the cave, that it used to be the home of a dragon, and a group of adventurers had previously gone there to try and slay the dragon, but now goblins live there. And we got everyone back safe and sound and returned to Phlan.
There was kind of a little snag, and in the beginning there was some human that was talking to the goblin, some wizard that disappeared, so we have no idea what that person is. Adds a little bit of flavor to, so that just adds more to the mystery.
Yes, as we were stealthing towards the mouth of the cave, we overheard one of the goblins we followed there talking to a mysterious hooded man who disappeared with a gesture, and we still don't know anything about him.
Nor do we know what gesture he used.
Yeah, we also got a shield as well. A black shield, a black scale.
A black dragon scale, yeah.
But Whistler, you forgot the most important part. You met Banderas last week.
Oh, how could I forget Banderas? I think the best part was when I killed a warg with one mighty blow from my god.
That was actually rather impressive.
Yeah, I went ahead and equipped.
Previously, just saying.
Yeah, I went ahead and equipped my god, so my god's equipped now. So that's good for me.
What helped you guys last, especially with that last encounter, was you guys actually really took advantage of using surprise to your advantage, and that was actually really good. You turned a really hard encounter into something that was super easy for you, and that's good.
And Zibbit tried to kill half of the prisoners.
Yeah, to take out that bugbear, we had to use extreme measures, including potential suicide bomb.
That's right, Zibbit. He was delivering the package. All right, so you guys made it back to Madame Friona's tea kettle. You guys got back to rest. A couple days have gone by since then, and there are actually in D&D 5e. If you guys have read the basic rules, or if you guys have actually read the player's handbook, there are days for downtime as well, and we can start doing that actually if you guys want to. And what we won't do it this session, but we can start doing it in later sessions. And what this does basically is it allows your character to, you can craft, or you can lead a certain lifestyle if you want to. If you want to lead a really bad lifestyle, or if you want to have like a lifestyle of nobility, it costs your character money. Or you can craft and make like a potion. It's going to cost you a little bit of ingredients and stuff, and a little bit of gold.
That's what.
But yeah, we can do that.
Definitely want to do that.
So during the week, if you guys want to come in on like Monday or Tuesday, and we can kind of go over this stuff, and I'm going to start doing this in all of my games as well. So it's going to give you guys a chance to kind of break away from each other for a couple days, and when you guys all congregate back together, you can just kind of talk about what you did for a couple days, or if you just went out exploring in the high forest, or if you just come up with some kind of story to RP. I think that would be pretty fun. So, but we'll do that starting next week. But you guys had a couple days to get a little bit of R&R around Phlan, get to know everybody. You guys have been pretty busy since you've gotten here. And so you guys are back here in Madame Friona's tea kettle. Here you go. Putting you guys back on. And guess what? Your buddy Banderas. He is still here.
Awesome.
Of course.
Of course.
I'm going to figure him out.
Although I can't hear his music, so he must really suck today.
Nobody
He's totally
can
off.
hear Banderas right now.
Ooh, stealth tune!
There is actually maybe the SoundCloud is down in Roll20. I think it could be possible.
Well, Dave, you're gonna have to sing a little ditty then.
I'm definitely not going to sing. That's for sure.
Not gonna happen.
Aren't you the entertainer?
Yes, but when it comes to singing, I do have a song for everyone, but it is not ready yet. Actually, we do have a song for everyone. It is so awesome. You guys will hear it. So it's not ready yet. So I think the SoundCloud's down in Roll20. So we'll all of a sudden watch. It'll kick on and probably scare the crap out of us. So.
Well, out of me anywhere. Holy shit! Down!
Get down! It's a fireball!
We need Stormwolf.
All right, so you guys are congregating around the table. It is starting to become. It's mid-afternoon. It's starting to get late. The sun's starting to go down a little bit. The tavern is pretty busy. You know, you see everyone that you've seen previously in here. A lot of farmers. You know, a couple of the peat bog employees that you guys rescued several days before are visiting as well. And you notice that they were in the tavern before. But you just didn't put two and two together and realize that these folks that you had seen previously were actually employees of the peat farm, of the bog farm.
So, what exactly is a bog farm? I'd like to know. Maybe I'll go up and talk to somebody, ask them about what exactly do they grow on a bog farm.
They grow peat bog.
Wow, that sounds great. Peat bog that grows wild in most places. They're going to grow it?
Bog. They grow it. They harvest it.
And what do they do? Do they knit it into clothes?
I think they make hemp out of it.
Oh, for like hemp rope?
Ah, nice. That's a lot of good rope there.
That would explain the high forest. Never mind.
Ah, waka waka waka. I like that. What I think it is I think it's sort of like a. It's like a swamp or quagmire or something like that, and I think it's just they're farming like the dead materials that are out there, like the dead plants and the dead grass and weeds, and I think that's what it is. If I'm mistaken, if I'm wrong on that, I apologize, but I think that's what a peat bog does when they're farming on that. That's what I think it is. I'll have to do. That's a good question. I'll have to do a little bit of research into it. So.
Well, next time I'll just go directly to the NPC and ask her. And if you don't know, you can just reject. Stop talking to me, I'm busy.
No.
I'd like to know if anyone there looks wealthy.
There's several. I don't know if you could consider them nobility, but you could probably tell that they're a little bit higher end. I mean, they're not going to be at the Gushing Eye. The Gushing Eye is where all the Rift Raft and Phlan goes. So.
Well, since I have...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, since I have the charlatan background, I'm a little bored and growing restless, and I have these weighted dice that are for scamming at Games of Chance. So I'd like to walk up to whoever looks the richest and invite them to a friendly, fair game of some dice.
You should have done it with Garth and stole everything he had. And I'd just like to point out that this particular person, I'm pinging her now, still has not delivered that meal, and it's been 4 days. So she needs to get on the ball.
She doesn't work for tips.
Actually, that's one of Madame Friona's daughters. Actually, that's one of her daughters, and her name is Grelinda. So you guys actually know of Reese. You guys know of Briez. And now Grelinda. So over here at this table, there's several gentlemen that are gambling at a table. You can see some cards, some chips, and whatnot over there.
Well, I'd like to try and scam them out of just a few pieces of gold. Nothing that's going to get them riled up. Maybe a few games.
Good day, sir. Why are you here? Are you here to play a game with us? Do you have any money to lose?
Oh, I have a few coins. Perhaps you might teach me a few things about how to gamble.
Well, pull up a chair, my half-orc friend. I don't discriminate on taking money from anyone.
All right, well, I found these dice on the floor in the corner over there, and I thought we could maybe learn a new game. And I go ahead and introduce the rules of some made-up game.
So what kind of game is this? Tell me, my friend. What do you want to wage? What do you want to bet? How much do you want to lose? I'm a rather traveled man myself, and I do like to partake in a wager every now and then. And the other two gentlemen at the table, they just kind of chuckle as well.
All right. Well, my
Look at the
character
gnome.
is going to
There
start
he
with a
is.
small wage, and use a regular dice to intentionally lose the first round.
So what kind of game do you want to play? High roll?
No, it's a custom game. It involves rolling odd or even numbers.
Ah. Sounds like a game of chance. What are the odds?
A real man makes his own odds.
How much do you want to wager? I will match your offer. And he sets down a rather large bag of coins. Actually,
Ooh.
you can see the table sort of move a little bit.
Oh, okay.
How much would you like to wager? And what is your name, my friend?
I am called Zodia.
Zodia. Well,
I am
well
from
met.
far away.
My name is Gargon.
A fellow gambler. Always a pleasure. I say we start with 1 gold wage. I have not many coins to spend.
Well, the way that you trounced right up here, I thought you were a big gambler. I thought you were a well-traveled gambling man. Unless this
I
is
am
just
indeed.
part of your charade.
I unfortunately do not have the best luck, and I have lost most of my coin on my travels. Perhaps your luck will be better than mine.
You want to bet a gold? I'll match your offer. So what is this game of chance? You said it's evens and odds?
Yes.
And what are the rules? Please explain. I'd like to hear. Maybe I might use this later in an adventurer campaign.
Okay, well, there are 3 rounds, and you pick odds or evens, and we roll. And if we roll even numbers, you get a point. And if we roll odd numbers, I get a point. And it's the first to 5. It's a simple game of chance.
Okay, so if we're rolling 3 times and we need to get to 5, something sounds a little bit fishy to me. But how many times do we roll in a round? Maybe that's what I'm not getting here.
I'm making this up as we go here.
How about we do 5 rounds? First one to 5. Well, actually, how about we do as many rounds as we can? The first one just gets to 5.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. I'm glad it's your game, and I'm glad I didn't think of that. So, I will even let you go first. So, what would you like? Would you like odd or even?
I'll take odds.
All right. So let's go ahead. What type of die would you like? All right. So I see you've already. Did you roll already?
No,
Oh, that was
not yet.
Cyborg. All right. So what type of dice do you want to roll? He sets down some dice. He's got pretty much everything that we have. A 4-sided, a 6-sided, an 8-sided, a 10-sided, a 20-sided, or you can even roll a 100-sided.
And a player's handbook.
I pull out 2 simple 6-sided dice.
Oh, so you want to roll multiple dice at a time? I can do this.
We each roll 1, and the results are added together, and that is the result.
Oh. So the rules keep changing after the bet has been placed. I like you, Half-Orc.
It's part of the gamble. Shall we roll?
I say let's roll. So you have what now? Odd or even?
I have odds.
So I guess that makes me have evens. So we will go ahead and roll a 6-sided die, my friend. And he picks up the dice and he starts shaking it and cupping it in his hands, and he rolls it. I roll a 6.
I'll go ahead and roll. I roll a 6.
So that means it's even, and who is the winner?
I slap him on the back and say, your luck is better than mine. Perhaps we go again.
So that means that I am up 1-0. I'm gonna feel bad taking your last gold, as you say.
Can I make a sleight of hand check to swap out his dice with my weighted dice?
Sure. I will roll against his perception. Let me roll a couple stats real quick.
Okay.
His perception is 80, so...
Actually, I'm going to go to the Actually, I'm going to go
put a lot
to the appendix real quick in the monster manual, and I will see if there's a charlatan in there.
Well, Zodia, you sure did put a lot of effort into rolling those dice, just to lose it when you roll.
No, I want to lose the first round.
No,
I'm
I mean,
sandbagging him.
just to not do the stealth, the sleight of hand check.
There's a
Well, I'm gonna raise
spy,
the odds.
there's a thug. Maybe I'll
hoping that since I have weighted dice, I can get advantage or something on the next roll.
maybe I'll use a
I want to ask this woman if she wants to come back to my church and see my manacle.
Wait.
Your monocle, not manacle.
Oh my god!
No, I want her to see my manacles at my church.
All right. So go ahead and do your sleight of hand, and I'm going to do a perception check on 3 people around the table.
Okay. I think
Whoops.
I guess I'm not proficient. It doesn't say in my on my character sheet that I have proficiency, just a regular dex modifier.
Let's see here.
Yeah, because your tool proficiency is with a dice game, right?
Yes, +2 for that.
Yeah, your sleight of hand. Well, see, he's not really playing the game. He's trying to. That's what sleight of hand is for. Is basic trickery and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
So your sleight of hand is just going off of your dex bonus, and that is a. I'm sorry. Actually, it's you're actually proficient in sleight of hand, so you can add your proficiency. So +2. For
Okay.
your sleight of hand, and I will do perception.
Okay, I'll go ahead and roll.
On perception on 3
Fuck.
people. Oh my god, he is so fucked.
Great. All that
Oh,
effort for that?
Oh.
7?
1 roll.
I said I don't have the best luck.
So, 1 person.
Can I give
noticed.
him lucky?
So,
No, you don't.
as you try to switch the dice, and give me a little bit of how you're trying to do this as well.
I have the dice palmed in my hand, the fake dice or the weighted one rather, and I just kind of slide my hand towards his, like I'm stretching out, and try and kind of toss mine out as I pull his in.
Okay. So as you do this, the gentleman that you're actually gambling with doesn't notice, but the gentleman both on the left and to the right of you, they actually catch you doing this, and they say, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I think you're up to something tricky here, half-orc." And one of them appears to be putting his hand on the handle of his dagger that you can actually see as he moves his cloak to the side. He goes, "We do not allow cheating in the madam's tea kettle here."
Hey, Dave. Do I notice Shalazar knows what's happening here? Behind me?
Probably not. Where are you at? I don't see your token. Where is it at? No, I'm gonna say no. You don't notice it. Well, actually, give me a perception check. If he nails like a crit, then yes. But no, he doesn't notice it because he really didn't say. He was trying to notice something. Awesome, Hailstorm. Did you use the Amazon link down below? Perception, please. Perception check. You do not notice.
Oh shit, out of luck, man.
Okay, well, is it the guy to my right who's leveling these accusations?
He says he switched the dice. I saw him do it. And the other guy on the list says, he did. Then they turn the guard
Alright.
on, and they said, "Something is fishy here. You need to." And actually, the one guy grabs your hand, and he wants to turn your hand over because the dice are still in your hand. So I'm going to go ahead and do a strength contest with the guy on the left with you.
Okay.
So it's basically going to be a D20 versus D20 plus strength modifiers as well. So
Do I get to add athletics into that?
no, just this is just a basic strength check.
Okay.
There's
You should have swallowed the dice.
no jumping or climbing involved or anything like that.
Okay, so just a D20 plus strength modifier.
Yep, that's it.
And if you crit, you punch him in the face when he tries it. You let it go and he hits himself with the face.
All right, so the gentleman takes your hand, turns your hand around, and the dice are in your hand.
And who's doing this?
This is the gentleman on the left.
The one I'm playing cards with?
No,
Or
the
dice.
gentleman that you're playing dice with is straight across from you on the table. You're playing dice with this guy here. That's
okay.
Gorgon right there.
Gotcha.
Both the guy on your right and the guy on your left, they both saw you switch the dice out. But see, here's the thing. Here's another thing that you need to take into consider for next time you do this. Do the dice match? I mean, are they the same color dice, or the same type of dice as well? So.
Okay.
But you're caught. The gentleman on your left, he's the one that actually takes your hand, and actually quite easily you actually feel that this guy's got some strength, and he turns your hand over, and voila, there are the dice in your hands. And that's when the one guy, the gentleman on your right with the traveling pack on, he starts to put his hand on his dagger. The gentleman on the left says, "Gambling is kept clean inside the madam's tea kettle." And the gentleman on the right says that he will no longer play your game, and he does not want you at his table. And he takes his gold, puts it back into his bag, and then he takes his bag and puts it back under the table. And they just kind of shun you off of the table.
Okay, well,
The
I say,
gigantic bag of gold is under the table, so
I say, what crime is it to?
Is it sitting on?
What
the floor?
crime is it to use my lucky dice?
We don't like cheating in here. Obviously, that's what you were trying to do. You were trying to be sly about it, but you got caught because you're a big clumsy orc. I mean,
I do not abide liars. And let me
liars.
not see you lying
You're the one
again
that
in
just
my
got
presence.
liars. You're the one that just got caught trying to switch my dice out, friend.
I'd like to make an intimidation check.
Okay, and how are you trying to intimidate Gargon? And who are you trying to intimidate?
Whoever said that.
Actually,
Just now.
all three of them are actually saying that. So, and also, as this is going on,